Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Ithak was Bane, bringing you Machine Gods of the NOXIAN Expanse, a game by Blackoath Entertainment. And it's kind of a technology-based fantasy game where people think of technology as magic. If you haven't watched my previous videos, go and watch them after this. This is video number 8 in the series. It's gameplay number 6. We are with our second character, Schwan Blackreed, a dancer stroke martial artist, and we are currently in the ruins of Grid E6 in here, where our first character died. Now, we did actually come across the remains of our first character up here, and with the ruins, with this scene, we're still on scene 1. I know it's been a while, right? But I did have the twist where I rolled up knowledge, and I'm saying that the tech cultists have kidnapped the heir to House Zaz. Again, this is all explained in one of the earlier episodes. However, the reason that I'm bringing it up before we start this video is that I think that scene 1 should probably have ended when I found Yagmur's body, my first character's body, because the first scene, exploring, find footprints leading into the ruins, investigate. So the first scene, I think, should have ended when we found Yagmur's body. However, because of the twist that we rolled up, secret or hidden knowledge, tech cultist or clues can be found in the ruins. So what I'm doing is essentially I'm extending the first scene until something happens where I can add in this twist. Because I don't think the scene is complete unless the twist occurs or the twist happens. And it's this secret or hidden knowledge that the heir to House Zaz has been taken by these tech cultists. So I'm kind of waiting for a point where I can add that into the story. Something that makes sense, not just a random note in a random opponent's pocket kind of thing. So what I put here, next session, well, this session, scene 1 should end after finding Yagmur's body, but maybe you should wait until the twist has been found, question mark. So that's what we're going to do. What I'm going to do is continue scene 1 until we find a point where I can just add that twist in and settle that twist. Now, we are currently in area 5 of the ruins, and this is where we found that raider. And we came across and defeated the raider. Don't think we got much out of it. I think we got 10 coins. I think we found 10 coins. Yeah, that was the loot. But we did get some experience. Now, the thing is that experience in Machine Gods tends to be a little bit slow. We now have 7 experience points. I need 50 to go up to level 2. So it's going to be a while. But this series will continue for a little while longer, at least until the views peter off. I do tend to sort of wind up a series once the views sort of start going down too low, because I can't really justify if I'm only getting 50 views or 60 views or maybe even 100 views, you know. There are plenty of other games I want to cover, and like I say, if the views drop down too low, I tend to finish off the series. But I always make sure that there is enough there so that people can get a good impression or a good idea of what the game is. And that's what we're doing in this episode here. We've got gameplay number 6. We're going to continue a little bit longer, I think. If the views go up, the series will go on longer. Now, one thing is that we are injured. Schwan did get hit by the raider for 5, so we're down to 17 health out of 22. The question is, do we heal or not? There are 2 ways in the game to heal. The first is, after a meal and a full night's rest, characters can regain lost health equal to D8 plus their constitution modifier. I've got a 0 for that. Resting at a safe haven for 3 or more days restores all lost health. The thing is that I think we are still in the first exploration turn. When you kind of explore the world, yeah, you essentially have 2 exploration turns every day, where you can move to another square, explore a location, forage for food and rations. So our exploration of the ruins is essentially only a single exploration turn. So a full day hasn't gone yet, so I don't think I can justify going to sleep. I don't think this would be the safest place anyway. The other option is a character can make a hard intelligence check to attempt to heal another character or creature, or themselves if they are not unconscious. So we could try to heal ourselves. It's a hard intelligence check. If successful, they recover D4 health plus their constitution bonus. 0. This can only be done once per day and requires medical supplies. So it would cost me a medical supply. Now, would it cost me the medical supply if I fail? I have to check on that. We've got 3 medical supplies. I did have 2, but we did find 1 on Yagmo's body. So I could do that, but again, it's going to be a -1 hard check at -1. I need to get a 13. Now, will the dice be good to me today in this session? I think the last session they were pretty decent. The session before that they were terrible. I don't think I'm going to try and heal myself just yet. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, he says as his character dies in the next encounter. But we are going to continue our exploration of the ruins. Now, we only have to roll for encounters when we enter a new area, room or corridor. So if I go back into this room here, area 4, and take one of the other exits, I don't have to roll for an encounter when I go back into that room there. But I'm thinking that we'll probably continue our way. We'll continue our way this way, downwards, southwards, however you want to call it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check if the area we're going to enter is a room or corridor. So let's go to the ruins part of the book. Here we go. So we're rolling a D10. Bum, bum. So from the room we move into a corridor. D8 for length. Zonk. 2. A very short corridor. Let's move the book out of the way. So a very short corridor. It's only 2. Exits. 1. Okay. So there's only going to be 1 exit. I'm going to put it down the bottom. So 2. Only 1 exit. And this is going to be area 7. Right. So we're going to go into... Oh, too sticky. Okay, we're going to go down into area 7. This corridor. We have to roll to see whether there's going to be an encounter. So it's a 1 to 3 on a D10. We get a 5. No encounter. Okay, now because it's a corridor, we don't have to worry about anything else. We don't find anything else here. There's no event. But we're going to continue to the next exit and we're going to go into the next area, which is... 1. Another corridor. Did I roll 2 1s in a row? Okay, another corridor. How big is the corridor this time? It is 7 and 4 exits. Right, so we've got a long corridor here, 7 spaces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 4 other exits. Where to go? I mean, should we go back up this way and find out what's in there? Again, I don't want to create too much dead space because this is supposed to be like an old, ruined, abandoned office building from before the apocalypse or before the cataclysm. So I don't want to have too many areas of dead space. So let's go through the first corridor on the north side. So we're kind of going back this way. So we're in area 8. Oh, I've got to check for encounter. Hang on. Badoink. A 9. No encounter. Okay. So we're going to go down. We're going to take this first exit here on our, well, what would be our right. We're going back up here. So what do we find up there? Another corridor. What the hell? And it is another 7. How many exits? 2 other exits. Okay, so we've got another corridor here. This is going to be area 9. So we're going down there, we open the door, we see a corridor going down quite far. There's an exit at the end, there's an exit far up to the left. Now this could probably link up with what that's going to link up with. Yeah, I mean, let's go and find out. So we'll go in the room, roll for encounter. A 7, no encounter. So you're going to go right down to the bottom to that far exit at the end there. We're going to see what's the other side. So we roll. We get a 3. It's another corridor. My goodness, give me a room. How long is the corridor? 1. No, it can't be 1. That's stupid. 5. Okay, that's better. And number of exits. 4 again. My God. So many doors. But it's 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it can link up with here. So we'll do that. So we'll put 1 here. 4. There's too many in it. There's no point having any there. There's no space. It says that there's another 4 exits. That's a bit silly. So I'm just going to put another 1. I'm going to put another 1 opposite the one we came through. Yeah, I'm going to ignore it because it kind of makes sense to have so many exits in a corridor like that. It just doesn't make sense. So, I suppose I could have another one here. Yeah, I mean, let's do 1 more. So I'm going to have 3 instead of 4. Oops. Oopsie. So we're going to have 1 there. Yeah. So it's 3 instead of 4. I think that kind of makes sense. So this is going to be area 10. Okay. So we're up in area 10 now. We've got to check whether there is an encounter. 4. Almost, but not quite. Okay, so we're going into that corridor here. Where to go now? Should I go up? Should I go left? I think we'll go left. So we'll go out of this exit here. What do we see the other side? 6. A room! We've finally got another room. Okay. So it is... No, it can't be 1. That's a corridor. It's going to be 2 by 4. Okay. Exits. 3. I think rolling a d4 for additional exits might be too much. I think d4 minus 1 might be better, because you want to have the possibility of 0, so there's no other exits out of a room. So the room's like, just a dead end kind of thing. So I'm thinking maybe in future I'll roll a d4 minus 1 for exits. I'm just going to write it here, d4 minus 1. I mean, having 3 additional exits is already, I think, sufficient for most, games. So let's do that. So 3 minus 1 is 2. All right, so we're now in area 11, or we will be once we determine what the room is. So we've now got to determine the room contents and potential details. Now, every room I've had so far has been empty, because of course. This room is, a 6. Other feature, ooh. Well, that's something we haven't had before. Other feature, use the features table, okay. Feature and feature effect, ooh, yeah, okay. So again, just check, this is all on camera, very, very nice. D6. So in here we have a fountain of 2. Bestows not, this is where, sorry. I don't know how that clap's going to come out on the audio, but look, bestows knowledge or secret. We need something to give us that secret knowledge. Oh, hells yeah. Oh, we've done it. We found a way to finish scene 1. Right, so we found a fountain that bestows knowledge or a secret. Amazing. However, what I also want to do, because this room isn't just empty, I want to roll up the details. So let me just quickly write that down in my book. So yeah, so feature number 4, fountain, bestows knowledge, secrets, scene 1 twist. We're finally going to be able to close the scene. Hell yeah. But I do want to roll up the details of the room, give it a little bit of character, find out what it's going to be like. So we're rolling a percentage. Right, there you go. We get a 20. No, sorry, that's a 2. Accuse. Accuse. 11. Wonder. What's that gonna mean? Okay, so I've just used that ChatGPT. I must admit, this is actually the very first time that I've used ChatGPT to give me a 1-sentence description of a room inspired by the words accuse and wonder. And this is what it gave me. So we'll probably go with this. The room, dimly lit and hushed with the weight of unspoken truths, held the air of a place where wonder once lived, but now stood accused. That sounds decent enough. Right, I've just written that down here. So there's a fountain in here. Weight of unspoken truths held the air of a place where wonder once lived but now stood accused. And maybe the fountain in this room, the water did have some, again, magical properties. I don't think magical properties is the right word. Maybe it had a way of giving information based on sensors. Oh, yeah, that could work. So maybe this fountain had a way of imparting knowledge to people who drank of its waters through the use of nanites in the water. And the nanites basically imparted knowledge based on sensor systems throughout the building. So maybe there are, the vast majority, like 99.9%, are probably not functioning anymore, but there may be sort of some cameras, some sensors, some audio sensors, microphones, motion sensors, for example, in the building. And maybe the fountain was a way for people to gain knowledge of that through the nanites in the water. Does that make sense? I'm trying to make it work. Maybe previously this was used by the managers. It was used by the management in its previous life as an office building. Maybe the managers used this to sort of secretly spy on the workers and the people in the office and people in the building by taking a drink of this water that was for managers only. And they would actually be able to get information about who's working, who's sleeping, sort of secret affairs and things like that. Would that work? Because that way I can then link it with this sentence that ChatGPT gave me. I can also link it with the scene twist in that the minority of sensors and equipment in the building that still functions, they may have detected the tech cultists coming in here for whatever reason with the kidnapped heir, and then possibly left or possibly not. Ooh, yeah, that's the point. They could still be in here, couldn't they? I mean, I was thinking that possibly after taking the heir, they would maybe stop here, recuperate, rest, whatever, and then maybe go on to the pyramid. Because I was thinking that maybe the fearsome pyramid would be the center of their cult. Because I'm thinking like the pyramid could be some technological center, some AI center, maybe some kind of rogue machine god or something. I'm thinking that kind of makes sense. I think I'm going to go with that. Oh, okay, we've linked up with the twist. However, we can't do that yet. Why not? Because we've got to check to see if there's an encounter. And if there's no encounter, there's going to be an event because this is a room. So let's see. Is there an encounter? Yes. Oh no. I just found the source for the twist. Now we're gonna encounter nuts. All right. Okay. Well, I was getting excited because we linked up with the twist, but now, oh no. Now we've got an encounter. Oh no. Please be something simple or something easy so that I can defeat it and carry on with our adventure. D20. Right, we don't want a glass mother. Another raider would be good, actually, because that would link up with the last one we had. The glass mother could also, but I don't want to find another glass mother. I mean, if I make a decent surprise check, I could just run away. But then I won't get the twist. Okay, let's see what we get. We get an 8. No! You gotta be kidding me! I don't believe it. I mean, it links. It links with the story. Where was the glass mother before? The glass mother was here. So I mean, it does kind of make sense that the glass mother has wandered over to here, but I don't want to. I don't want to deal with a glass mother. They killed me last time. Oh no! What do I do? I mean, if I want to sort of not get noticed, I've got to make a surprise check. I think that's how it works. If you want to gain the surprise and attack, or if you want to escape without being noticed, I think it all hinges on that surprise check. If you don't, then essentially it's the standard combat like we had with the raider. The thing is that, oh no, this isn't good. The glass mother. Let me just get these. Where is it? Glass mother. There we go. The glass mother will always win initiative. He's got 25. The highest I can get is 22, right? Yeah. 10 health. So I mean, less health than the raider. Easier to hit than the raider, but this attack's a nightmare. Surprise. If it's a PC attempting to sneak up on the NPC, Dex versus Perception. See, my Dex is okay. I've got a +2. Their Perception is average, so a +2 against average. A +2. I need to roll an 11. It's less than 11. No, 50% chance, isn't it? 50-50. The thing is, I've got to make a surprise check either way, unless I want to fight. See, last time against the glass mother, I fumbled the surprise, didn't I? So no matter what, I've got to make a surprise check whether I want to ambush the glass mother, in which case I basically get 1 turn of free attacks, or to run away. See, the thing is that this is very tempting. I mean, after the surprise, the glass mother will be going first, and their attack is very, very hard. What's my defense rating? 4 against very hard. I need to roll a 15. Okay, well, it all hinges on the bloomin' surprise roll, doesn't it? Yeah, I've just written the details here. Okay, it all depends on this. Or if I screw it up, yeah. I don't know why I kept that miniature handy. I think I knew in the back of my mind I was going to meet her again. Okay. So it is Dex versus Perception. Perception is average. My Dex is +2. So I need an 11 or higher. Oh, goodness gracious. Come on. Come on. I got a 17. Oh, yeah. So we passed. Now, I have a choice to make. I can either escape, or we can have a fight. The glass mother will not act in the first turn. I mean, I'm still going to roll initiative, because if I roll a 20, I get an advantage to my first check. But that'll be a free round of attacks. I could potentially do 10 damage. D8 +2. Oh, shall we fight? Shall we fight? I think we shall. You guys aren't watching this video to watch me run away from beasties. You want to see Schwan defeat the glass mother to get full revenge for Yagmor, despite the fact he didn't know Yagmor. Okay, we are going to fight. So let me set everything up, and we're going to take on the Glass Mother again. Well, not again, because this is this character's first time. But Glass Mother. Now, I'm upset. I am very upset because I started the combat, I rolled for initiative, and I rolled a Kraken. This is a Kraken dice. So a Kraken's a 20, which means I would have been getting an advantage. But then I realised I didn't press record. So I've got to do it again. Because you guys don't believe me, right? There's no evidence that I rolled a critical on the initiative roll for the first turn. There's no evidence, therefore it doesn't. I could have been rolling with initiative with an advantage. But I didn't press the record button. Okay, let's repeat what I've just done, even though I didn't record it. The Glass Mother is, as Alex T put it, a glass cannon. Hits very hard, but easy to damage. Always wins initiative, but in the first turn we did actually surprise, so the Ice Mother is not having any actions for the first turn. So I'm going to be able to attack without any kind of consequence. However, in the second round, the Glass Mother will win initiative because I can only get a maximum of 22. So the Glass Mother will be going first. Yeah, that is worrying. But I think the thing that caused my first character to have problems in the first battle against the Glass Mother was the fact that I just, even though it was an easy sort of defense rating, I just couldn't hit the thing. I have more faith in Schwan. However, I rolled that and nobody saw it. I wasn't recording. Oh, nuts. Now, what's the chance of me getting another Kraken as I roll for initiative? Now, why am I rolling for initiative if I've got an automatic attack first turn? Well, it's because on a Kraken, on a 20, oh my God, go through all the numbers. On a 20, on initiative, you get an advantage on your first check, which means you roll 2 d20s. Of course, if you roll a 1, you lose your turn. But I can't believe I didn't press record. Okay, never mind. That's happened before. I think there was a game, I think Toby Lancaster's game, the Intergalactic Space Trader game. I had an amazing session exploring 2 planets in that game, and again, just forgot to press the record button. So it happens, but we're going to be rolling for initiative again. Come on, give me another Kraken. Oh, so close. I got a 14, but look, it was so close to getting that other Kraken. All right, so we're not getting any benefit for this turn, but I am going to attack with my longbow from far away. Yes, I want it to be at this range. So we attack. It's an easy difficulty. We have a +2 to the hit attack. Easy at +2. I need to roll a 9 to hit. We get a 12. So we hit, doing D8 +2 damage. Because for melee weapons, you use your strength modifier. For ranged weapons, you use your dex modifier. I'm thinking accuracy, soft spots, pressure points. So we do a D8 +2. Come on. Oh, 7 +2 is 9. So close. The Glass Mother is down to 1 life. Okay, starting good. However, it is now... Where's my dice gone? It is now round 2. So, initiative, we get a 6. +2 is 8. So yes, we're going second. Now, the Glass Mother. Now, because the Glass Mother is injured, they're rolling on the 50% or less health. So there is a chance they're actually going to run away. D10. So what's the Glass Mother going to do? A D10. We get a 4. Standard attack. Okay, now, standard attack can be used at up to far away. Well, they're going to move forward so that if next time they roll special, they can do their special. So they move to there, and then they're going to do their standard attack, which is a crystal shard. So their attack is very hard. Very hard. My defense rating is +4. So very hard at +4 is 19. So I need to roll a 15 to avoid it. Die says no. We get a 4. A 4 plus 4 is 8. We do not avoid the shards of crystal that are flying out of the glass mother. D8 damage. Uh-oh. A 1. You saw that, right? That was on camera. I think that was on camera. A 1, which is good. So now I am down to 16 health. Still going. My turn. I'm going to shoot again. Why not? So we need to roll a easy defense rating. And we've got a +2, so that's 11. So I need to roll a 19. Sorry, a 9, not 19. I need to roll a 9. I get a 15. We hit. We do 4 damage. Glass mother goes down. Plink, 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 paching. Smashes into millions of small pieces of glass, covering the floor, possibly even going into the fountain, which could make it difficult to drink and rather dangerous to drink, but never mind. We have defeated the glass mother. Ha ha! Second time lucky. However, we're not getting any loot out of this, but we are getting 4 XP. But now that the glass mother is out of the way, we can actually search the room and investigate the fountain for that secret knowledge. Let's switch to the overhead camera. Right, glass mother is out of there. So I've just written down the information here. So we've taken down the glass mother, no loot. I need to search the room and then investigate the fountain to obtain knowledge of the tech cultist kidnapping. Put a little symbol there to relate to the twist. And then the first scene will be over. Excellent. Right, so we need to search the room now that the glass... We're going to search it very carefully because there's glass everywhere. It is a hard intelligence check. Right, my intelligence is -1. So a hard check at -1 is a 12. I need to roll a 13 to find something. We get a 6. -1 is 5. So no, we find nothing except glass. But there is a fountain there, and I will approach the fountain. And I have been wounded. I took 5 damage from the raider. I took 1 damage from the glass mother just now. So maybe I will go to the fountain, do a just very quick check of the water to make sure that it's usable. It's not sort of stagnant or bad or anything like that. I don't know whether in the medical kit there'll be some kind of, like, what do they call it? Is it litmus paper? Where you can test the pH level of the water or whatever. Maybe in the medical kit there's something where you can just very quickly test the water. I don't know. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what it's called. I think it's litmus paper or whatever. But I checked the water. The water seems perfectly, well, not perfectly, but it seems safe enough to drink and whatever. So I apply some of the water over my cuts from the glass shard attack from the glass mother. I then drink some of the water. And as I drink the water, I get these sudden, maybe painful visions of these tech cultists. I'm kind of thinking they look a little bit like... Would they look a little bit like Yagmoor, the monks? Possibly. Or would they look something more... Because, again, I'm thinking that maybe the tech cultists, their hideout is at that pyramid. The fearsome pyramid up here. Maybe these guys that are carrying... How old would the air be? Would they be carrying or would they be leading? Let's have a quick check in the book to find out how old the heir is. Very quick check, D6. The heir is 2. A teenager. Okay, that sort of fits. So they have this teenager with sort of dirty and ragged but very rich clothing. And these tech cultists that do I know? Maybe I don't know they're tech cultists, but they have like acolyte clothing, but there's a very distinct, different design to them, very Egyptian in nature. Of course, I don't know what Egyptian is. The NOXIAN Expanse probably doesn't have Egypt, but it's got that kind of aesthetic. And again, I'm thinking that might lead me to the fearsome pyramid. Maybe I can sense them thinking and planning to go to the the pyramid in the forest above Mossmore. And they've, I'm getting the impression, and again, maybe there's audio in these visions that the nanites in the water are giving me, that maybe that they are under instruction to take this person who is the heir of House Zas to the pyramid. And I think when we get there, I'll roll up the name, because I'm going to be using the note quest book for the name. And they're just they're stopping here on the way from where they kidnapped him. Maybe the center for House Zas is maybe down in the southwest, the southwest direction. And they've stopped here to sort of recuperate and stop for the night, and then they're going to continue on to the pyramid with the heir of House Zas. So that actually will now give me this motivation, this sort of story arc to track down the tech cultists who kidnapped the heir. So that's not pending anymore. Now we've got the mission. We see what happened. Thanks to this, the visions in the water. Should I go to a settlement first, or should I go onto the pyramid? I think I better get onto the pyramid, because some of them are talking about killing him if the House Zas doesn't pay. Some of them are talking about converting him into one of them. None of it sounds good. So I'm thinking that maybe I should go straight to the pyramid after here and find out what's going on. I think that makes sense, rather than go to a settlement. So I'm thinking that scene 2, we've finished scene 1 now. I'm thinking that scene 2 will be us getting to the pyramid. And then scene 3, going into the pyramid. I think that's how it's going to work. Right, so that links up. Where did I put my book? That links up with the fountain and the twist. So now the scene is finished. I think the scene went predominantly well. I don't think there were any problems. So I don't think I'm going to add any more twist modifiers to the next scene. So that is scene 1 done. And I'm thinking that we are now going to leave the ruins, even though the ruins is not done yet. Oh, that's a point. Have I been rolling for the... Okay, I haven't rolled for the torch, have I? So the torch, a 3, still good. I haven't used any. All my torches are still good. The room, I also have to roll for the UD, right? Again, I can't remember. Did I do it for this room here? I honestly can't remember. Ruin size is UD 10. Again, all these things I have to remember. I kind of get excited and I forget. But I can check for room. We're in area 11, which is a room. So I roll for ruin size. We get a 9. So no, it's still UD 10. I think we rolled for these before. Honestly, can't remember. I'll have to go back and check. But we're still at UD 10. So this ruins, this dungeon, still has a long way to go. But I think our character Schwan is going to exit the ruins. As they exit the ruins, that is 1 exploration turn done. So I'm going to spend another exploration turn to forage. Let me just write this down. So I'll just put here, I exit the ruins, so scene 1 is complete. That is 1 exploration turn. I am going to forage or hunt for the other exploration turn. That is an average dex check. So my dex is +2, average at +2, I need an 11. We get an 18. 18! So we get D4 rations. Okay, nice. 2. All right. So we get 2 rations. We're out of the ruins. We're going to travel to the forest and the pyramids. We get 2 more rations. Now I'm going to use 1 ration and sleep to heal. So 2 rations. So I'm basically just getting 1. So I'm 11. I'm going to find somewhere safe within the ruins to sleep. After 1 exploration turn in the ruins, 1 exploration turn foraging. I've got a bedroll, so I'll be getting full exploration turns next round, or next game. So I will, yes, I've used 1 rations. I'm going to sleep for a decent night's sleep, which will then allow me to heal. Healing. After a meal and a full night's rest, characters can regain health equal to D8 plus their constitution. Good. D8, I've got no constitution bonus. So we get back to... Okay. So we are now at 18 health. Where's my pencil gone? Where's my pencil? 18. So we're at 18 health out of 22. Better than nothing, better than before. That's okay. And we are done for this video. I think it's going to be a little bit long again. But we are now going to journey from the ruins to the pyramid. So I could go to Mos Moor and then up to the pyramid. I think that's safer than going through the ruins, isn't it? Yeah, so I'm thinking that in the next video, we'll travel to Mos Moor. Maybe resting at a safe haven for 3 or more days. Nah. I think go to Mos Moor. Maybe, I don't know, do something. Maybe do a bit of dancing, see if we can earn some money. And then we'll go up to the pyramid. Right, that sounds like a plan. And that's going to be for scene 2. Right. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I do appreciate each and every one of you, but please make sure that you click that like button, click the subscribe button, ring the bell down below if you want to get notified. I don't have a regular upload schedule, as I've mentioned many times before. Real life kind of means that I upload when I can. But, yeah, I think we're going to be going with this campaign a little while longer because I want to find out what's in the pyramid. And I want to try and complete this story arc of rescuing the heir to House Zas. Right, until next video, please take care, stay safe. Cheers.